Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to reading for February 2024. We're going to jump right in here, Virgo, and see what is going on for you. You have this time card and this water card. It says discipline in creation on it. So you could be, I feel like you have been like kind of creating new things. I also feel like you've been recreating yourself. So, I think a lot of your readings talk about how you are kind of like trying to reinvent the work that you do in life, even if you're retired. It doesn't matter. You probably work on something. So whatever you work on, I don't care if it's a bunch of crossword puzzles during the day. It's like you are reinventing the things that you do or, changing, which makes a lot of sense for you just based off your astrology anyway. So, there you go. But, this looks pretty good so far. You have the Eight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Looks pretty good for love, obviously, as well. Like if you're looking for love. I love these two together, the King and Queen of Wands. There could be a very strong connection with a lot of desire coming in for you if you want love. If you don't already have it, if you already have it, then, I think that it just looks like you are in a strong connection, right? But you have the Eight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Lovers. This to me looks like communication coming in for you where like a person wants to work together with you. So again, if you are looking for love, I feel that this is just simply communication with a person who wants to be in your life, right? Pretty simple. And Eight of Wands is something that happens quickly. So, I feel that this could be like something that happens rather quickly in your life. If you don't want love, and even if you do, I do also feel that there are rapid changes in your work. Again, Queen of Wands is about like being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want, and kind of like learning as you go. The King of Wands is also about being bold and assertive, but he is also like the entrepreneur in the tarot, so he kind of represents taking an entrepreneurial approach to anything you do. That does not mean you have to be an entrepreneur. It just says, he like really nurtures things into existence. So like whatever, it could be a child for all I care, right? You could be like really trying to nurture something into existence. And whatever it is, I feel is kind of like happening rather quickly or comparatively quickly compared to like your past or whatever. I also get something about a move here. So if you're making a move, or some of you could be making a move here somewhere, or wanting to make a move, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So anything you can do to work together with other people is going to be very beneficial. I also feel that you could be getting a lot of recognition for the work that you do. It's funny because I always group you in with the water signs because your readings are always like very similar to the water signs. And, what I would say to you, Virgo, is that I feel that there's like a lot of attention coming in for you based off of like your work, or you could be changing the way you get attention on your work, or the attention that you do get on your work could be changing. So that could mean one of a billion different things. Take it how it resonates. You have the Lovers. Definitely could be love coming in if you want love. Very solid connection. Could be definitely be a fire sign. You always get fire with me. Could also be an earth sign. You have water here. You have basically everything here, so it could be any sign. But what I would say is that this is probably a perfect match that's coming in for you here. This person could be coming from a distance as well. We go to the Three of Wands right here. Could also just say that you are moving or traveling, and that could be what brings love into your life. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Moon here. You have the Moon twice. The Moon is like uncertainty is what the word I'm getting for you going this way. So maybe you're not 100% sure on a decision or a choice that you're about to make in your life, or but this could have to do with like the direction that you move in or the direction that you want to move in. And the secret with the Moon is that the Moon comes up and the Moon goes down. So it's temporary. And I feel like you need to realize that if you're like trying to make a decision, it's like the indecision will be temporary. Yeah, with the Three of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups. I do feel like you're walking into darkness here, but like this is not a bad thing. Again, I like the Eight of Cups. I like the Moon personally. It's like, yeah, you don't know the answers, but the secret to life is no one has any idea what they're doing. It's like, I've been saying that for years. And so, I feel that really the secret here is that nobody has a freaking clue what they're doing. Everybody's just winging it. So I feel like you just have to keep winging it, keep pushing forward, right? With the Lovers, you have the Eight of Swords here. I'll show you over here. Eight of Swords is being too close to an issue. It's also only seeing one way of doing things. So I do feel that there is love coming in, but there could be some sort of obstacle to being with this person. Could be distance as well. If you're like meeting a fire sign from a distance or something, or maybe you're moving, or maybe you're traveling, you meet a person, and then it's like, then what? It's kind of like that. So, I feel like for some of you, you need to realize that there are solutions to like whatever it is you want to do. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this exchanging gifts card and this here and now card. So I feel the universe wants to bless you, is what this is saying. You have the here and now card, and you also have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is also a card of being present, or kind of like needing to be present in your life. So I feel for a lot of you, it's encouraging you to be present. I do feel, again, there could be a lot of abundance coming in, but it could be in the form of like gifts from the universe. You have the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Queen of Wands about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. She's definitely moving in a new direction in her life. She has that sunflower. The sunflower points towards the sun. So she moves towards the sun, which kind of says she moves towards her happiness. She also has that black cat right here. And the black cat, I mean, I think this is a very common energy right now. I literally feel this is the energy of the time that we're in, is that, the black cat, during the times of tarot, they were considered very unlucky. And so, the whole point of it is she doesn't care what anyone thinks about her black cat. She's going to do it anyway. So it kind of represents the fact that, we all could be like wanting to move in new directions. But there could be people in our lives who say like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But our job is to not listen. There could be people who are like, oh, that's dangerous. And it's like walking down the freaking street is dangerous. So, it's like there's no such thing as being perfectly secure, even if you live in a bubble, right? So, in a lot of ways, the Queen of Wands says you need to do what you feel is right for your life, not what everyone else feels is right for your life, because it will cause you to expand. You have the Three of Wands right here. Three of Wands says, what are you waiting for? This is my what are you waiting for card. He is looking at an opportunity that's in front of him, those ships that are in the water. Those ships could be like taking him on a new adventure, or, it could be leading him in new directions, or could be helping him do new things in his life. But he has to like get on the ships and make it happen. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about like getting out into the water and making something happen. And I feel you have your eye on an opportunity, and I just feel you need to move towards it with the Three of Wands. For some of you, also, what I will say is it's golden in color. Long story short, he thinks he's looking at the desert, but when he looks closer, he sees the ships, so he sees water. He's actually looking at water, not the desert. And so the whole point of the card is that, there could be opportunities where when you first look at them, it might look like there's nothing there, but really there's actually something there. So, don't pass over good opportunities. You have the Four of Swords, resting, relaxing, recovering. I don't know, the past like 3 years of your life here, probably Virgo. So I don't know. I really feel like there's nothing to say here other than the past 3 years of your life. Like I feel like you've been hoping and praying for blessings. You've been trying to change things. I do feel like you've been like putting in the work. Dealing with transformations, processing your emotions, processing things that you've been through. And, I don't know. It's like, sometimes I get these messages and I'm like, okay, like who cares? Cause I feel like you're moving past this energy, and that's kind of like the feeling I get there is like, you're just moving on to the next stage of your life. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I mean, and by the way, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you are very attractive at this time. So, if you want love, I would get out there with that Queen of Wands. But you have the Ace of Cups. Like I said, very solid connection if you want love. This would be your emotions overflowing, finding a lot of happiness here. Definitely could be a fire sign for sure that's coming in for you here. But I do feel there's like a very solid connection with these two cards if you want love. Even if you don't, again, this could be something that you work on that causes your emotions to overflow, something that brings a lot of happiness and joy into your life. With the Three of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is about having solid boundaries or putting up boundaries. It's also a card that says do not give up on your dream. Like there's something you want to accomplish or there's something you want to do, be, or have in your life. Three of Wands to the King of Wands. And this basically says go and do it. That you need to get moving towards something here. Nine of Wands basically says don't give up. And it's also my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So if you're like trying to grow a business or even if you're trying to find love or anything else in life, it kind of says it's a good time to experiment, good time to try new things. So that's what I do there. With the Four of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but Seven of Swords is really a card of tactics. And so it's a card, he's stealing those swords from this army that's in the background here. So instead of going to war, he's stealing the swords. And it basically says like, it basically says that, instead of just like attacking something that you want in your life head on, is there a better way to do it? And again, this is the time that we're in. This comes up for everyone. I literally feel if you're going to start anything, like, is there a better way to start it? Is there a better way to do it? Or is there a smaller way as well? Like, I've been working on a startup for like 3 years now. Just taking way too long, right? But what I've been doing is like I've actually been doing the startup like on a very, very small level to like prove that it works, right? Before I invested a bunch of money to build it, which has taken way too long, and all this other stuff as well. But it's like I know that it's gonna work because I tried it already, and so that's what I would say here is it's like saying like if you can do something and start it before you actually start it on a small level, that would probably be a very good idea. So that's what I would do here. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Cup card. It says you should accept valid criticism. You have this Bull card. It says do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So yeah, I feel like you need to be bold and assertive. Some of you could be dealing with the Taurus as well. You always get Taurus with me, so like I said, take it how it resonates, but you could be attracting a fire sign or a Taurus. But I kind of feel this is saying you need to stick up for yourself. You have the King of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Moon. The King of Wands we've talked about, it's about being bold, being assertive, really going for something you want, really working your way towards something that you want to create in your life and kind of like taking the risk. I do feel there's a risk here. He has these salamanders on his cloak and this little lizard right here. It's supposed to be a salamander. The whole point of salamanders is that in the tarot, salamanders represent protection from fire. So, in mythology, the salamander could walk through fire and wouldn't get burned. And so basically it says that you have an idea, you have a dream, you have something you want to create in your life, and you need to do it anyway, even if you think that it's a risk, whatever it is, right? So I feel that here, where there's like some sort of risk that will pay off for you if you take the risk, right? Next, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about being bold, being assertive, really going for something that you want to create in your life. It's also about following your heart, so I do feel it is time for you to follow your heart. We go this way here. You go Ace of Cups down to the Queen of Cups to the Page of Pentacles. So this is about like following your inner guidance or following your heart in some way. So I really feel, I feel that here where it's like you need to listen to whatever your heart is saying because it's trying to guide you towards something bigger and better in your life. You have the Moon here. The Moon is about kind of like being on a journey and not knowing where you're going. Again, there is a path straight down the middle of this card that ends in some mountains. And so I feel for some of you that you could be working towards something and, maybe you don't know exactly what steps to take, but the Moon kind of says like, keep going, keep pushing, and you will get to those mountains. You will get to the point where you will be able to be successful. So the Moon is part of the Fool's journey. And I always say like sometimes, sorry, I'm messing things up here, but anyway, sometimes I feel like people think the Moon says stop, but I always say the Moon does not say stop. It says you need to keep pushing towards those mountains because this is part of the Fool's journey and the mountains represent achievements and you need to accomplish something great. And so I kind of feel that here for you, Virgo, where it's like you could be attracting or accomplishing something great in your life. With the King of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords here. I thought you had the Ace of Swords twice for some reason, but it doesn't matter. You have two aces. Like, are you kidding me? This could be a very good love connection with the two aces as well. It's like, so there's like love and there's also, good communication with the Ace of Swords. But I also feel this could be a big victory that's coming in for you in general with the Ace of Swords. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is about carrying a heavy burden, needing to release your burdens, but also the Ten of Wands kind of says you're finally getting to the end of a long journey. The story of the Ten of Wands is that he planted those 10 wands and he's about to reach his home in the background here. So I feel for a lot of you, you are about to reach an accomplishment or have an accomplishment, but you just need to keep pushing, not give up. It's like, the Ten of Wands to me, I personally think it's a good card because he planted those wands. They are his harvest. Yes, it's a lot of work, but he's about to have a harvest. So, I kind of feel that here where it's like saying you are about to have some sort of harvest in life. With the Moon, you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is, of course, a card of like deep emotions. You could be attracting a water sign here as well. The thing about the King of Cups is like he has very deep emotions, but he's not necessarily like emotional. It's not like, if you're attracting this person, it's not like you're attracting someone who's overly emotional. The truth is that on the positive side of things, the King of Cups can actually come off as unemotional, which is not true. He is just so in charge and in control of his emotions that he doesn't express them he actually just expresses them really in a healthy way is what it says, but that might not seem like a normal person, right? It might seem like weird because you're like, why is this person talking to me about their feelings in a good way? Stuff like that. So it's like this person, it's like the way they express their emotions is different, and you could be attracting a person like that. I also feel there is, and by the way, divine counterparts twice here and then here. So Queen of Cups, King of Cups, you could really be attracting a person where it's like there's a lot of desire, but there's also a lot of emotion, which, those are two different things. So, I feel you really could be attracting a good connection. Next, you have this card. Like, you can't make this up as well. I didn't even read this. It says following your heart will lead to the right things. The whole entire reading says you need to follow your heart. Whatever your heart is telling you to do. I think I said that at the beginning of the reading. And you have the King and Queen of Cups. Follow your emotions. Follow your heart. You have the Ace of Cups. Do what makes your heart overflow, literally. You have this writer card that says words are magic. Use them to manifest more abundance. Yes, watch your words. But definitely could be attracting more abundance at this time. More importantly, I feel like you need to follow your heart. Your heart is telling you to leave a comfort zone. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands says something from the past is complete. He's reaching forward, grabbing this wand, and he has the whole world in his hands. So it kind of says like you need to step out into the world, or step out into a new opportunity, or step towards a new opportunity with the Two of Wands. That's what will lead to the most success. It's really a card of taking the lead, taking control of your life. The story of this card is that he rushed to a finish line, and he thinks that there's nothing more for him to do in his life. Like he feels, he feels like there's nothing more that he will like enjoy in his life, or there's nothing more that he could enjoy in his life. So I kind of get that feeling here with the Two of Wands. You have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about victory and having a victory in life. So I feel like you could be having some sort of victory in your life with these Six of Wands that could lead to more success. So, again, I really like this. I feel that for a lot of you, you could be creating a lot more success in your life with the Six of Wands. I also feel you could just be getting recognition for, whatever you deserve. If you've been doing a lot of work, you could be getting recognition on that. If you're looking for love or a connection, you could be getting, attention from a person that could be love. You have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is like something new. I do feel there's like a new person entering into your life if you're looking for love. This could be communication with this person as well. It's clear to me that there needs to be communication. Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. It's like you have your eye on a person or they have their eye on you, but there's no communication is what I'm getting. So I feel like, the moon is being in the dark. It's like both people, no one knows how the other person feels. So there needs to be communication. Again, definitely could be a fire sign. And I also feel if it is a fire sign that they probably will initiate communication. They're a fire sign. Some of you might already be in a relationship though, as well. And if you're in a relationship, this also looks good. With the Two of Wands, you have the Chariot. Yes, literally the same thing. With the Chariot, he is setting himself apart. He's leaving that city behind him and he doesn't know where he's going, but he just knows that things have to change in his life. He just knows that he needs to have new experiences, that he has to go out and experience new things and do new things and, all that other stuff. So that's what I would do here. With the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Swords. Love it. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love 2 sixes. 2 sixes to me is like confirmation for your path. It basically says that you're going in the right direction. You're doing the right things that you need to do at this time. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, going for what you want. You definitely could be, this new person could be a King of Wands type of person. Someone very successful, entrepreneurial. Could definitely be a fire sign for sure if you're looking for love. Could be a person who has a lot of fire on their chart, I suppose, or it could be just a very spicy person, right? Very fiery, kind of like energetic, motivational, motivated person that you're attracting here. And it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to either. But let's see here, Virgo. You have this criticism card. I feel like you've received a lot of criticism over the years, and it's like you're working through that part. I feel like you're starting to develop a thicker skin. I actually feel pretty good about that. Like, I think what happened to you maybe sucks, like if you experience criticism or haters and things like that, but it's like you're getting over it. You have this Optimism card. Yeah, a lot of reasons for you to be happy in this reading, a lot of good stuff. Just like a lot of like happiness and joy in this reading. Ace of Cups, your emotions overflowing, the fire sign cards. So love it. That looks good to me. You know what's interesting? A lot of people have had that card this month as well. So it could just be an optimistic month. You have this affair card. Yes, this is like this is positive love. It's not like a cheating affair. This card represents like a positive connection. And so let's see if we can get this to work. There we go. So definitely could be a very solid connection coming in for you if you are, looking for a new love connection. You have this excitement card. Yes. A lot of people have had this as well. I would move towards excitement. It's weird to me when cards repeat with this deck because there's about 6,000 cards in this deck. So I don't know. It's pretty weird. But what I would say here is, anything that excites you, I would move towards it. You have this empathy card. Maybe that's the thing about this person that you notice. Like, I feel like you are attracting a person who has good empathy skills. It's like they won't always agree with the things that you're saying, but I also feel they at least try to see your point of view, for example. It's like, I'm not saying things will be perfect with this person, but I think at the same time, it's like they never criticize you, or they never, they don't have contempt for you, right? They don't say those things that go for the jugular. They are maybe a little bit more empathetic, and it's definitely standing out to me here. If you want love, I feel like I need to pull one more card though. So let's close this out with one more card and what needs to come up here. You have this independence card. I feel like you're learning how to maintain your independence, or you have as well. You could be attracting a person who's very independent. You're also independent. So that could be good as well. But this is a really good reading. Love it, Virgo. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.